St Isabel or Elizabeth of Portugal, who died in 1336, is an example of someone who accepted a difficult marriage and sanctified herself as a loving victim within it. She was a distant relative of another Elizabeth, Queen of Hungary, this one, who had a very happy marriage and was devastated at the early death of her husband, only 3 months after he had set off for a crusade, but had died actually of plague. This one, Elizabeth of Portugal, was faithful to her husband, who seems to have been a strong ruler, but not a good husband. Her role was to maintain peace, therefore, and she reconciled her son with her husband after he had actually taken up arms against him. And again, at the end of her life, prevented a war between Portugal and Castile. It would seem that there was a feud between her son and her son-in-law. So, when her husband died after falling ill in 1324, she, who had already nursed him very well, devotedly, despite the fact that he seems had other children, and I think actually she was very good to those children. She cared for their education, for instance, illegitimate sons. She desired the salvation above all of his soul, and it would seem that she obtained it by her prayer and penance before he actually petered out. But then she was able to follow her grace to the full when she was free, although she had to maintain a certain authority and precisely a peacemaking role. She went on pilgrimage to Compostela, and her desire was to become a poor Clare. She was taken up by the Franciscan movement and its spirit, but she was dissuaded. Instead, she retired to a small house near the monastery she had founded and became a Franciscan tertiary. It would seem that tertiaries in those days could wear a habit, so she would have been looking like a sister. She lived in great simplicity, like the other Elizabeth. She then is somebody who can help people who are in a bad marriage, but she is a model for us all with regard to peacemaking. It is important not to add fuel to any simmering conflagration. Often the solution to a conflict is not a simple absolute either or, but a both and. In Latin, that comes through as not out, which is spelled A-U-T, either or, but et, both and. And therefore the via media, the golden mean, is often the peaceful way. Seeing how one can take on both sides. For to be inclined during one's life on earth to an either-or mode is to be fatally orientated towards conflict. It is not worth it. Peace in itself makes life worthwhile, even on the human level. And there are ways and means sometimes, wisely, of avoiding extremes and consequent explosions. Questa santa ha avuto un matrimonio non felice. Lei è stata fedele al suo marito, è stata anche una devota infermiera per lui nella sua malattia, di cui è morto, e ha ottenuto la grazia, sembra almeno, della sua riconciliazione con Dio prima che morisse. È stata un'anima pacata che sapeva riconciliare ed evitare guerre. Un suo figlio, ne aveva 2, aveva già assunto le armi contro il papà, il re, in ribellione. È stata la mamma a ottenere la pace. E di nuovo, dopo, è morta propria nel spegnersi su energia a riconciliare il genero e il figlio, evitando proprio una guerra tra Castiglia e il Portogallo. Lei, dopo la morte del marito, ha fatto un pellegrinaggio a Compostela e ha voluto diventare ciarissa, essendo molto presa dal movimento francescano. Invece fu consigliata piuttosto a farsi terziaria e così ha vissuto semplicemente vicino al monastero francescano fondato da lei, aiutando i poveri, dando tanti suoi soldi. Spesso il conflitto è risolto con la via media, non con questo out, le et, dell'intelligente combinazione degli estremi. E per noi questo è importante, anche nel dialogo quotidiano. Un dialogo pacato va meglio che una conversazione aggressiva. Spesso l'aggressione è il frutto di immaturità umana e spirituale. Il saper trovare il bene in ogni angolo e dunque in ogni argomento è un segreto della pace. Chiediamo questa grazia, per l'intercessione di questa grande Santa Elisabetta del Portogallo.
Pane vivo spezzato per noi, a te gloria Gesù. Pane nuovo vivente per noi, tu ci salvi da morte. Ti sei donato a tutti, corpo crocifisso, hai dato